Let me bring in Peter McGuire, Chief Market Strategist at FX Global Capital, joining us on a phone line from Sydney. Peter, thanks so much for taking our call this morning. Great to have you with us on Profit. Let me get your perspective first. Euro, UBS going ahead and trimming down its estimates for the euro currency about 1.15. Do you think weakness in euro perhaps could make it at par with the dollar?
Well, good morning, Ashutosh. Yeah, look, I think that probably UBS is fairly on the money, and I think that probably 120 to 115 is very achievable. I wouldn't be surprised to see at that sort of level by Easter, say mid-April to the start of May. It may be there a little bit sooner, but I think it's probably it'll be a gradual, or a fairly steady decline, but I think it's that sort of timeline.
And how would you, what kind of a impact do you expect of this to happen on other Asian and emerging markets? For instance, let's talk about the rupee, let's talk about some of the other emerging market currencies here in the Asian region itself, which have been weakening quite a bit, but there's been a trend of recovery in the last 1 week or so. Actually, the Indian rupee also has been recovering slightly, despite the dollar remaining very, very strong. How would you look at the currency market action, both in the developed markets vis-a-vis what's happening in the emerging markets?
Well, actually, I think there's a couple of points that we need to consider. Developing economies in Asia, we're looking at them to expand around about 8% this year. Now, when you compare that to under 2% for the advanced economies according to the IMF forecast, then, Asia is still booming. And it may have come off that, dramatic peak, but it's still doing very, very well. So that's the first part. The second part is that the Indian rupee, as you know, was terribly oversold, falling about 16% in 2011. I'm pretty sure that you'll be up around about 3 or 4% this year to possibly 50 to 49.5 rupee to the dollar, currently at around about 51.5. And I think the US economy will strengthen, and the points that it will strengthen, Ashel, are 2 points, most importantly. Good prospects for unemployment, that's now at a 3-year low, and manufacturing is turning around, Ashel.
Peter, just one quick question. If we do see some kind of a default from Greece actually, mind you, the negotiation talks are currently stalled. So if we do see some sign of default, what kind of an impact would that have on the currency markets? Do you think that could bring the flight of safety to the dollar even more? That could increase the flight of safety to the dollar even more, and we could see the yen and dollar strengthening even further?
Yes, I think so. Look, I'll even go out one step further. I think that Greece won't be in the euro by the end of 2012. I know that's a bit of a radical call, but people used to say I was radical when gold was trading at 500 an ounce, and I said you'll probably see 14 to 1600 by 2011. So, I think that our forecast is pretty much on the money, and I think that the euro will implode, and I can't see it surviving past 2020. I think there's too much infighting, and the currencies are absolutely incredibly volatile. And have a look what's going to happen to Italy soon. Spain and Portugal will be the next to follow as far as exiting the euro by probably 2015 to 2016.
Peter, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Great chatting with you.